Hello everybody, this is Vlada from Vlada's Place, and in today's video we're gonna explore possibility of regrowing the last year's basil for the next season. I've been enjoying these basil bushes throughout the year, and there was enough for me, for my neighbors, for my bees, and also the bushes were very fragrant and decorative. It's January in California and this basil does not look good anymore. So I'm gonna try to trim it and see if I can regrow lush plants for the next year. Hi everybody, so we're gonna experiment with this basil and see if we can grow fresh basil from the last year's plant, which I think we could. So I'm just gonna cut it in a way that I normally cut my vines, which is I'm gonna cut them to the place where the new growth is coming, so that way the plant still can bring juices to the new stems and from there grow new plants. So it's an experiment and we're gonna see if it works. In any case, I will be planting more fresh basil, but these plants are still alive and I'm just wondering if I can revive them for the next year. Growing basil from seeds is super easy, but I am still curious to find out how productive the plant will be the following year if we trim it. Here's an example. So let's look at this stem right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut right down here because there are new leaves, new growth coming from there. So I'm hopeful that this will be enough for the plant to come alive in the next season. Let's see what we got here. Same thing. And here as well. So this way we are leaving enough of green plant or green stems from where other leaves can grow. So that's the idea and we'll see if it works. These two plants were cut a couple of 3 weeks ago, and as you can see, we are already getting some new growth. Starting new plants from seeds, it's super easy, but I am curious to see how well this plant will do the following season, just in case that there might come a time when we are unable to purchase the seeds in stores. Once you have successfully grown your basil plant, now you have a great advantage because not only that you are able to regrow the same plant for the next year, but the plant will produce these beautiful flowers, and each flower will have the number of small black seeds which you can save and replant for the next season. I'm very passionate about spreading the joy of gardening among youngsters and young families in particular. And with all the flowers that we harvested, I'm going to put them in a green container and just enjoy the fragrance of them in my living room. This plant was cut a little earlier, maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, and you can tell that it's already coming back. So I'm hoping the rest of them will do exactly the same. It's January 29th in California, and the good weather had allowed this little zucchini or a squash, I'm not sure what it is, but in any case it's blooming and you can see a little fruit on the bottom. It's very special when you get such an early harvest into a year. So we're gonna have a lot more during the summer, but these little ones that sprout on their own and produce on their own are quite special. The most beautiful thing about gardening is the fact that everybody can do it. That in mind, I started a project called the Little Sprouts, which is a free fruit and vegetable seeds which I run through local public libraries. Each year, I package and donate thousands and thousands of free seed packages to communities in Southern California, New York, and Anchorage, Alaska. I'm going to enjoy these beautiful basil flowers for a few days or until they're dry, and once they're dry, I'm going to harvest the seeds that are inside. I'm going to try to do the same thing with this overgrown tomato plant. I'm just going to trim it and see if the new sprouts will produce, which they should. But just like a basil, I will be replanting fresh tomato plants, and this will be strictly just experimental. The tomato plant got so big and heavy, it knocked down the little fence I have around it. There's still plants inside, fruits, but it's a winter time, so these will not produce ripe sweet fruits. So it is time to get it cut.
That will be our project for today, but I will keep you posted about the basil and the tomatoes and if they are growing and how they're doing. Until then, take good care of yourself and those around you.